I think it's so wonderful to hear just how loved we are by the Lord. In the gospel, we hear how Jesus will do everything to find just one lost sheep. No one is too sinful or unworthy or too distasteful for the good, loving, and redeeming power of God. It's almost like Jesus is saying that he is not complete until that lost sheep is found. The happiness over the completion knows no bounds. Reconciliation is so important that God will do anything to make sure it happens. Those are indeed comforting words and thoughts in a world and a church that can be so judgmental. I think we all have to take time to discover what is lost in ourselves. And like Jesus, we must go to great lengths to complete ourselves. It may involve seeking or offering reconciliation. It may mean offering our time and talent in a useful way. It may mean giving up a certain behavior or nasty habit. It may be something as simple as taking time to be thankful for all the good gifts we have been given. Whatever the case may be, we must seek out what is lost in our lives and restore it to its proper place. We must always be ready to welcome the Lord, and one of the best ways to do that is to welcome one another. So, sisters and brothers, we must always be inclusive. We must work for justice and peace all the time in our world, because justice and peace and inclusion mark the coming of the kingdom. We must seek reconciliation and do all we can to heal our divided hearts, because a pure heart is also a sign of the coming of the kingdom. The lost sheep and the lost coin are metaphors for each one of us. We've all been lost. And what do we hope for when we are lost? We hope to be found. We hope to find our way back home. These days, we hope our GPS resets itself. The good news in these parables is that while we are working to find our way home, Jesus is working even harder to bring us home. So how do we get lost? Maybe we lose our faith. Maybe we are caught up in a grudge. Maybe we can't let go of a hurt. Maybe we don't feel appreciated or loved by the people in our lives. At the same time, maybe we are the ones hurting someone or refusing to forgive. Maybe we are not welcoming and loving and forgiving. All of these things make it hard for us to find our way home, but fear not, sisters and brothers, Jesus never gives up on us. I think there are two important lessons to remember. First, we all hope to be found. We all hope for forgiveness. We all hope that we too will be carried home on the shoulders of Jesus. We have that need for forgiveness, and we live in the sure and certain hope that God is all forgiving and all welcoming. And sisters and brothers, we must be exactly like God. Not only must we hope for forgiveness, we must offer forgiveness at every turn. We must offer forgiveness to the people who have hurt us. We must offer forgiveness to the ones who have lost our trust. We must offer forgiveness to the people we love and to the people we see each day. We must hold out the hand of forgiveness to everyone who asks for it. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that people aren't held accountable. No, we are all responsible for our actions and our choices, and we must live with the consequences of those choices. No one is above that responsibility and that accountability. Forgiveness means that after repentance is made and after responsibility has been accepted, the matter is dropped and we concentrate on rebuilding our relationships. We can't hold a grudge, and we can't hold sinful people to perfect standards. We must forgive, we must forgive, we must forgive. And I think the second important lesson is that we must let go of our spiritual smugness. None of us can complain when other sinners are found and are treated lovingly. Jesus had a very hard time with hypocrites and with people who had an unbridled lust for power. He had no time for people who sat in judgment over others while doing nothing to help them. Jesus would have a hard time today with today's imperial Christians. He would have to face down narrow-minded Christians and intolerant church leaders, all of whom seem to complain when God treats the rest of us sinners lovingly. Jesus came into our world to encounter our wounded humanity, to ease our suffering, to heal our broken hearts, and to set us free from the chains that imprison the soul. In this way, he shows us the thing that is most pleasing to God, caring for our neighbor. We are all called to give ourselves completely over to God. Then and only then will we be found, and then and only then can we truly call ourselves Christian. May the Lord give you peace.